Good morning. Welcome to today's gentle chair yoga practice. Today we are kind of consolidating what we've been working on the last couple of weeks. Strengthen the wrists and hands for stability in the upper body, and strength and connection, groundedness through the soles of the feet to really lift up and rise up and feel bigger, more open, the biggest version of you that we can find today. Now it's a beautiful day. The sun is streaming into the window. Every once in a while I can hear the cicadas. Oh, I love that. It's one of my favorite sounds. So with all that atmosphere, all that wonderful nature, let's begin. Sitting back in your chair, hands on your thighs. Every yoga class begins with a seated centering. Well, what does centering mean? It means being centered where you are, not just physically, where your heart is over top of the core of the pelvis and you feel in alignment while sitting, but also your mind is with you. Your mind is on the present moment. Take a breath. Feel yourself beginning to mentally zone in on how you're feeling, your surroundings, the room that you're in. Perhaps you're outside. That would be wonderful. And then breathe. Do a quick scan of your body. Just notice if there's any aches or pains, any kind of messages. Remember, there's nothing negative about the messages that your body is sending you. It's simply a little awareness about taking care of yourself today. Sit in such a way that the soles of your feet are completely connected to the floor. Sit in such a way that the back of your shoulders are supported by the back of the chair. Sit in such a way that you feel long through the upper body, tall, heavy through the legs and hips. Then return your focus to your breath once again. Don't rush your breath. Take your time. Now release your hands. Let your arms dangle at your sides. Use the weight of your arms to exaggerate a sense of heaviness through the shoulders. Feel your breath get deeper. Your next breath in, sweep your arms out and up. Bring your hands together overhead. And as you exhale, let your hands float down, palm pressing to palm. Release the hands. With your next breath in, sweep the arms out and up. Hands coming together overhead and floating down with the exhalation. Hands right in front of the heart. Let's do that for 2 more breaths. Really think about bringing some movement to the shoulders, the elbows. Feel the moment the palms of the hands and the tips of the fingers connect. Reach your arms as wide as you can and as high as you can. Feel the beginnings of the opening in your body, the loosening up. Pause with hands right in front of heart center. Just take 1 more breath right here. A deep breath all the way into the belly and all the way out. And release your hands. All right, let's start with the feet today. Wiggle your toes. You can do both feet simultaneously or one at a time, whatever you choose. And then curl your toes and spread them wide. Start to get some movement into the soles of your feet now. Now point and flex your feet. And when you flex your feet, try to pull your feet wide, your toes wide, pardon me, at the same time. Exaggerating the point to feel the stretch into the top of your foot. And exaggerating the curl to feel the stretch into the bottom, the sole of your foot. Now rotating through the ankles. And go the other way. And then just bringing some movement into the knees. Now focusing on the hands. So feet firmly flat on the floor, nice and steady, stable. Wiggle your fingers. Same thing. Curl your fingers in, make gentle fists, and then stretch the fingers as wide as you can. And try and isolate each finger. Some fingers cooperate a little bit better than others. There we go. Shake out the hands. Working up the arm now, getting some movement into the wrists. So now rotate the wrists. Notice how you're getting a little movement into your elbow and your shoulders at the same time. Go the other way, because everything in the body is connected. As soon as you do something with one part of your body, you'll feel another reaction somewhere else. That's how yoga works. It works across the body, diagonally, left to right. All right, a couple of knocks here with the hands, the wrists. Oh, lots of cracking today. And now swinging the arms, swinging enough, bending into the elbows, and getting some gentle movement into the shoulders. Nothing sudden, just gentle movements to get the fluid in the joints moving. Now rounding out through the shoulders. Put a little bit of an arch in your back as you roll back, and a little bit of a slouch forward as you spread your shoulder blades wide. Think about drawing circles, giant circles with your elbows. Now go the other way, same thing. A little rounding through the shoulders and an arch in the upper back. Exaggerating the movement in the shoulders here, bringing some movement to the vertebrae. Resting your hands on your thighs, sitting tall, leaning all the way back into the chair. So checking in with your posture once again here. Heaviness through the hips, legs, feet solid on the floor. Lean back into the chair so you feel tall. Feel the full support of the back of the chair. Keep the shoulder blades connected to the back of the chair, so keeping the length from your tailbone to between your shoulders. And now slowly tucking your chin down towards your chest. Just slowly take your time. Hear, feel all the messages you get from the vertebrae in your neck and the backs of your shoulders. So this stretches out the trapezius muscle that kind of reaches from the base of your skull out to your shoulders. So it goes down the back of your neck and along the tops of your shoulders. As you exhale, relax the shoulders, let the head feel a little bit heavier. The stretch deepens a little bit more, but it's not quite so intense. You just feel it deepening. Now lift up. Chin lifts away from the chest. Scoot forward in your chair now. so that you feel really solid on the soles of your feet. If you're lucky enough to not have to scoot forward and use the full support of the seat of the chair, lucky you. Now you must, even if you're still sitting back in your seat, you must pull your shoulders, the back of your rib cage away from the back of the chair. Sit tall. Begin to warm up through the midsection here, the core. Taking some time, hands on your knees, feet are simply hip distance apart. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bow forward. Feel the weight slowly going into the soles of your feet, and just fold over your thighs. Take a breath in, push yourself back up. Exhale, bowing forward. Again, feeling your belly, your rib cage connect to your thighs, helping you push all the breath out. And inhale, coming back up. Really breathe as deep as you can here. And press up. We're going to do it one more time. And press up. Bring your hands to the seat of the chair just for support. Using your feet, the soles of your feet. I'm going to press the sole of my left foot down, spread the toes on the right foot and lift up. Just lift up as high as I can and then down. Alternate now. So right foot, sole of the foot pushes down, spread your toes on your left foot, lift the left foot up. Work on this. So you're not just lifting your leg, you're also pushing with the sole of the foot connected to the floor. Spreading the toes on your lifting leg, lifting foot, to really energize the feet. Push down and lift up. Just working into the hips here a little bit and a little bit of strength. Use your hands and arms to keep the upper body long, using the strength of your hands, the stability of your wrists to reach higher through the upper body. Last time, left foot lifts, push with the right, and release. Hands to your knees. Take a breath in. As you exhale, turn, look to the right. Just turning through the neck. With your next breath out, bring yourself back to center. Notice how tall your body is when your feet are firmly planted on the floor, firmly connected to the earth. Here we go, turning to the left this time. Breath in, breath out. Turn your head, looking to the left. Relax the shoulders. Just let your hands rest steadily on your knees, your thighs. Just enough energy in the hands so the arms don't slack or slacken, I guess is the right word. Your next breath out, release, coming back to center. All right, here we go. Folding forward again. This time, bring your feet a little wider. Hands to your knees. This will allow you to fold more deeply. Take a breath. And as you exhale, bow forward. Get your elbows out of the way. Just lean onto the heels of your hands. And then inhale, pressing up. Work here with your own breath. 2 more breaths. As you exhale, folding forward. And as you inhale, pressing up. 1 more time. Elbows out of the way. Make as much room as you can to fold forward. Now walk your feet to center. Get them as close together as you can. Bring your knees together as close as you can. Right hand to the seat of the chair. Left arm loose, sitting tall. Again, awareness, using the strength in the right hand, right wrist, the stability there to keep the upper body long and tall. As you inhale, sweep up. Keep the knees gently pressing together. And as you exhale, turn to the right. Left hand comes to the outside of your thigh. Use your left hand, stability of your legs, lower body, to deepen the twist in the upper body. This time twisting through the rib cage. Shoulders and rib cage twisting, turning in the middle of the spine, the thoracic spine here. Looking straight to the right. We already twisted through the neck. So now warming up the vertebrae a little lower down. A breath in. Think about lifting with your breath in. And the breath out, releasing the twist, coming back to center. Left hand comes to the seat of the chair now. Right arm dangles at your side. Hand, left wrist, length of the left arm to lengthen through the upper body. Reach a little higher through the crown of the head. Inhale, right arm sweeps up. As you exhale, turning to the left this time. Right hand comes to the outside of your thigh. Use your left hand to just gently pull yourself just a millimeter deeper into the twist than you can go on your own. Now breathe. Recenter yourself. Feel your heart over top of the core of the pelvis. Even though you've turned to the left, you are still centered. And reconnecting to the breath, feeling the mind-body-breath connection. Breath in, reach up, lengthen through the upper body, crown of the head reaching. As you exhale, release the twist, coming back to center. Keep the knees pressing together. We're going to do one more forward fold. So inhale, sweep both arms up this time. Bring the gaze up so you really feel like you're reaching and lifting. Exhale, fold forward, reach forward, reach. And then let your arms come to the outsides of your knees. Relax your head, let it dangle. Relax the arms. Now swing your arms with your breath in and use the momentum of your breath and sweep all the way back up again. And as you exhale, release the arms. All right, let's come to standing. Turn the seat of the chair towards you. Standing a comfortable distance from your chair. Tall. Feet are hip distance apart. You can feel the four corners of your feet. So that means the weight of your feet is not in your heels, not in the balls of the big toes, not in the balls of the baby toes. You want to feel the weight equally distributed on both feet and all the points of your feet. So just shift for a moment. Especially pay attention to the balls of the baby toes and the outer edges of the feet. When you feel the weight equally distributed, inside, outside, forward and back on the soles of your feet, the arches lift. You can feel the skin of your ankles kind of pulling up. Let's keep that. Stay solid. Now inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, lean slightly to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lean slightly to the left. Come back to center and release. Now let's do that again, but this time keep your focus on the soles of your feet. Now really concentrate here. It's easy to let the mind wander, but stay centered. Here we go. Breath in, soles of the feet. Breath out, leaning to the right, soles of the feet. Breath in, center, soles of the feet. Breath out, lean to the left, soles of the feet. Inhale, center, soles of the feet, and release. Now relax the feet, Pump your heels for a moment. A little bit of movement into all the balls, the bases of the toes. All right, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Bring your hands to the seat of the chair. Now firmly plant your hands. Use your fingers as well to press into the chair. Take the weight out of the heel of the hands now. Once the hands and the wrist feel steady, your feet have a little more freedom. Step your right foot back. Step your right foot far enough back, it's farther than a walking step. You can push all the way down onto your heel as you bend your left knee. Now the right foot, you want to feel the stretch into your right calf. So if you don't feel a stretch here, it means your foot is not far enough back. If your heel doesn't reach the floor, it means you've stepped too big and you need to bring it in just slightly. Now push into the chair just enough you can feel some weight into the right foot as well as the left. Don't let the left leg do all the work here. Now, we're going to open through the front of the body a little bit more. We're steady and stable through the legs and feet. So bring your hands a little closer towards you so you feel comfortable. Still using your fingertips if you need to. Now the fronts of the collarbones are a little bit wider now. Let's widen even more. Pull your chin away from your chest and look in front of you. Try to look at the wall in front of you, not down at the floor. Try to open as much as possible. And rather than look through your eyebrows by rolling your eyeballs up, think about really creating a lot of space between your chin and your chest. Now relax through the belly, through the rib cage. When you take your breath in, just let it all hang out. And then as you exhale, pull the belly button in, squeeze the ribs together. Do that 2 more breaths. Drop your eyes down to your fingertips. Shift your weight forward as you peel your right heel off the mat. Step your left foot forward. Bend your knees. Release the chair and sweep up. As you take your breath in and release the arms. All right, feet firmly planted. Just check in. Rather than really gripping with the soles of your feet, find a softness there now. So you can feel the equal balance, front and back, side to side on each foot, inside, outside, without having to really push into the mat quite the same. You feel that centered alignment. Core of your pelvis is straight over the center of your feet. That point right between your 2 feet. Your heart is over top of the core of the pelvis. Shoulders in line with your hips. Now bring your hands to your hips. Thumbs reaching towards the back of your hips, and just slide your thumbs in towards each other as much as possible. So now my thumbs are pointing in towards my sacrum. I'll turn for a moment so you can see. So my thumbs are as close to my sacrum as they can possibly be. Not on the spine or on the sacrum, but to either side. Now hug your elbows towards each other. Just slightly start to feel the stretch into the shoulders if you don't already. Draw the belly and the rib cage in just enough to feel some stability through the midsection. Now relax the buttocks. Try not to squeeze your bum here. Rest in the soles of your feet. Stay soft from the lower back all the way down. Now lift your eyes, lift your chin away from your chest. Look up towards the corner in front of you. Feel the collarbones beginning to broaden and the shoulders beginning to open. Notice how when the shoulders and the elbows pull back, the lower back tenses. So your thumbs are there. Really try to release and relax through the lower back. Rest in the soles of your feet. And then breathe from the ground up. Really feel the softness with the exhalation. One more breath. As you exhale, release. Release the hands, release the shoulders. Feel how soft you are now, how open and relaxed you feel all the way through the collarbones and out to your fingertips. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, bow forward. Bring your hands to the seat of the chair. Engage the hands, the fingers, stabilize the wrists. Now that the wrists are stable, you've got some freedom in your feet. You can step the left foot back. Longer than a walking step, but still able to push your left heel all the way down to the mat as the right knee bends. If the left heel doesn't connect to the mat, your step was too big. If you are not able to feel a stretch into the left calf, you need to step your left foot farther back. Now pause here for a moment. Feel the left heel pressing down so the right leg, right foot is not doing all the work. Really feel a long stretch in the back of the left leg here. Now adjust the placement of your hands so you can feel the weight in your feet. This will create some freedom to open through the upper body. Allow you to breathe a little bit wider, a little bit deeper. Using my fingers, hands are still stable, but the weight is in my feet. The strength is in my legs. Now slowly lift the chin away from the chest, lift the eyes to look at the wall in front of you. Create lots of space between your chin and your chest. Now return your attention to your breathing. Use the inhalation to really relax through the belly and rib cage. Let it all hang out when you take your breath in. Disengage the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, really pull the belly and the rib cage in, engage through the core. 2 more breaths. Letting it all hang out on the breath in, and then gentle embrace with the breath out as the belly and rib cage draw in. Now drop your eyes back down to your fingertips, your hands. And as you peel your left heel off the mat, shift your weight forward, step forward. Now shifting the weight out of the hands, using the feet once again to free up the arms and hands. As you inhale, sweep up. And as you exhale, release. Bring your feet wide. Step as wide as your mat. Same thing here, except the feet are farther apart. You want to feel like the core of your pelvis is directly centered right at that spot, the very center between your feet. Now with the feet wider, our habit is to roll to the insides of the feet and collapse the arches. So put a little softness in the back of your knees, just a tiny little micro bend in the back of your knees. And bring your attention, even though you're looking straight ahead, bring your mental focus to the outside edges of your feet, especially the balls of the baby toes. Now, rather than exaggerating the press of the balls of the baby toes into the mat, think about evening out the pressure. Balls of the big toes, the heels, the balls of the baby toes. Now, if your feet are starting to ache a little bit, you're pushing too hard. Try and find a balance there, a softness there. So once you connect to the sensation of the equal balance, take a breath in. And as you exhale, just soften into the soles of the feet without rolling into the arches. You can get it. Might take a couple of breaths. Now keep that. Keep your connection to the earth. Stay grounded. Let's sweep the arms out with the breath in. All the way out, and think about reaching corner to corner. Coming into a star pose here. Now fingertips reaching. Just enough energy in the hands that the fingers are spread wide without straining. Lengthen through the elbows. Take a couple of breaths right here before we go a little more deeply into this star pose. Lift your chin away from your chest, look up towards the corner. Feel how your balance is challenged just by changing your gaze. But you're solid through the legs, from the waist all the way down to the soles of your feet. Gives you a little more freedom through the upper body. Now bring your gaze even higher. Try to look to the ceiling now, creating more space between your chin and your chest. Your heart is over top of the core of the pelvis. Core of the pelvis is right over top of that center spot, right between your feet on the mat. Now take a breath in, and as you exhale, reach out. Reach a little bit wider. Now bring the palms of the hands together overhead, keeping the arms long. Now if you can, pull your chin even farther away from your chest, bringing your gaze straight up to the ceiling. Draw the belly button in, pull the rib cage in. Palms together, fingertips reaching to the ceiling, thumbs reaching behind you. Long arms, solid from the waist down, anchored, grounded. And with your next breath in, see if you can lift and reach a little higher. Breathe. Breathe as deeply as you can. Steady yourself with your breath. One more breath. This time as you inhale, just release the hands, separate them. Oh, feel even more open now. And now as you exhale, tuck your chin, look straight ahead. And float the arms down. Keep the palms turned outwards. Thumbs kind of pointing diagonally behind you. Really roll through the upper arm bones. Rotate through the shoulders. Think about pulling the baby fingers forward. And then release. Come all the way back to center. Oh. Walk your feet in. Feet hip distance apart. As you inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, bow forward, bringing your hands to the seat of the chair. Stabilize the hands. Use your fingertips, palms of the hands. And then when your hands feel steady, stable, grounded to the seat of the chair, walk your feet back. Take one step at a time, shifting your weight as the feet go towards the back of your mat, coming into your downward dog position. Long stretch through the upper body. Relax the feet. You can even wiggle your toes a little bit. You can feel the weight in your heels here. Freeing up the toes, bringing a little bit of movement into the ankles just by wiggling your toes. Now stay here. Use your hands. Re-engage now. Use your fingers, palms of your hands. Feel the heel of your hands beginning to lift away from the seat of the chair. And just alternate, bending your knees, lifting each heel one at a time. Using the stability and strength of the hands, the wrists, for a little freedom of movement through the lower body. keeping the hands firmly planted. Keep your feet in place and shift forward with your breath in. Keep the feet in place. That's it. You're not shifting forward anymore. Keep the heels pressing down. Use the hands, press firmly into the seat of the chair. Fingertips, palms of the hands. Now lift your eyes, look away, look forward, away from the hands. Feel the alignment changing in the lower back. The collarbones broadening, opening up through the front of the body, and at the same time opening up through the calves, the backs of the knees. Breathe. Try not to hold your breath. This is a big one, this plank pose. If it's too much, shift your weight backwards. We're going to take one more breath. And now exhale, shift your weight back once again, all the way back. Now release your hands, just let your hands rest heavily on the seat of the chair. When I say release, I mean release your grip. Don't let go of the chair, just let them rest there. Make sure the weight is in your heels, so the hands can completely release their grip from the seat of the chair. Now slowly, simultaneously walk your feet towards the chair and press yourself up to your half forward fold position. Adjust the placement of your hands. Take a breath. Lift the eyes, look over the seat of the chair. And as you exhale, round through the back, round through the shoulders. Inhale, let your belly hang out. Pop the rib cage, sway the lower back. And then exhale, pull the belly button in, squeeze the ribs in. Let's do that one more time, but this time we're going to hold. So as you inhale, lift the eyes, look forward. Broaden through the collarbones. Slide your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Use your fingers to minimize the pressure on the heel of the hands. Use your feet for support here. Now relax the rib cage, relax the belly. Use the squeeze in on the breath out. And then come back to neutral. So bring your gaze down to the seat of the chair here. Now using the hands a little bit more here. We used the feet as we looked forward. Now looking down, need to use the hands. Fingertips press in. Index finger knuckle at the base of the index finger connects to the chair. Long arms. Take a breath. And as you exhale, round through the back. Scoop your tailbone down towards the floor. Try not to squeeze the buttocks. Think about drawing the belly button and the rib cage in. Pull your chin in towards your chest. Really push your hands down. Push through the soles of the feet. Breathe. Hold this position, but breathe one more time. And you exhale, relax. Come back to neutral. Bend your knees. Use your legs, your feet, release the hands. Sweep up with your breath in and release everything with the breath out. Just simply stand for a moment. Take a little inventory of your body. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the messages. Relax the shoulders. Relax the arms. Taking a breather here, not just being a breath, but also relaxing the intensity throughout the body. That was a pretty tough sequence. So if your shoulders feel a little shaky, really try to relax them. You don't need to hold on. The soles of the feet feel a little bit achy. Again, use your breath out, relax into the soles of the feet, release the grip on the mat. Simply feel perfectly balanced on the soles of your feet. Shoulders over top of ankles, ears over top of ankles. Perfectly balanced. Heart over top of the core of the pelvis. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Bending your knees on the way down. You can step the right foot back here. Step straight back. Land on the ball of your right big toe. Now pivot your right foot, drop your heel. Left hand comes to your left hip. Sorry, right hand comes to your right hip. Left hand stays on the seat of the chair. Now first, ground down through the outer edge of your right foot. Ball of the baby toe, outer heel. You should be able to take a quick look and see if you're falling, collapsing into the arch. If you are, just lift the arch up enough until you feel the weight in the ball of the baby toe and the outer heel. Now shift your gaze back to your left hand, left fingertips. Stay long through the upper body. Left knee is bent at the moment. We're going to fix that. Take a breath. And as you exhale, push into your left heel, lengthen the left leg. Coming into a modified triangle pose. Now just enough strength, stability in the left hand here, using your fingertips, the palm of the hand. You can feel the weight and work equally distributed on both legs. Now with your next breath out, just turn to look to the right. Feel the right shoulder pulling back, opening up through the collarbones, a little bit wider, a little bit more. So also feeling a deep opening in the right hip here. Keep both sides of the body long, especially the left side. The right side kind of takes care of itself here from your hip to your armpit. But the left side, there's a tendency to collapse. So again, I sound like a broken record, but use the stability of your left hand, left wrist, length of your left arm to help keep the length in the upper body. One more breath. And as you exhale, turn to look down at your left hand. Feel your right shoulder start to fall down, right? You don't feel the same openness through the collarbones. Bend your left knee. Now the right hand reaches for the chair. Step your right foot forward. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bow. Just take a forward fold. You decide how deep. You can bring your forehead to the seat of the chair. Just soften through the elbows. Keep the hands on the chair. If you want to, you can even stack your forearms and rest your forehead on your forearms. Use this as a restorative forward fold. Just feeling a basic gentle stretch in the back of the legs. Lots of movements into the hips today, my goodness. Now slowly press up. Plant your hands firmly on the seat of the chair. Left foot steps back this time. Longer than a walking step, but landing on the ball of your left big toe. Now turn your left foot, drop your heel. Left hand comes to your hip. Right hand stays on the seat of the chair. Adjust your right hand if you need to, but re-engage through the palm of the hand. You need stability there. From your fingertip, palm of the hand, right wrist, all the way to your right shoulder. Check in with the left foot. Make sure the arch is lifting. Feel the weight pressing into the ball of the baby toe. But the ball of the big toe is not lifting off the mat. The weight is equal, inside, outside, front and back on the sole of the left foot. Take a breath, you're looking down, and as you exhale, lengthen the right leg. Pause, feel the work in both legs, the balance on the soles of both feet. With your next breath out, turn to look to the left. Looking to the left, feeling the left shoulder pull back, widening through the collarbones, broadening through the shoulders. You feel the deep opening in the left hip. You notice right away the stretch and length from the left hip to the armpit. Now lengthen through the right side. Use the strength, stability, the right arm, right hand to support the right side from your hip to your armpit. We'll take one more breath. With your next breath out, turn your head. Notice how when you turn your head to look down towards the seat of the chair or your right foot, the left shoulder starts to fall in. You lose some of the width. Now bend the right knee. Left hand reaches for the seat of the chair. Step your left foot forward. Feet hip distance apart. Weight equal on the soles of both feet, inside, outside, front and back. Take a breath. And as you exhale, bow. Feel your forward fold deepening. Now let's put some energy in this forward fold and think about lifting the hips up towards the ceiling to really increase the intensity in the back of the legs. Getting a good stretch into the hamstrings here. Slowly press up. Bend your knees. Shift your weight out of your hands. Let the legs do all the lifting, all the work. And inhale, bring yourself up. And exhale, release. Let's come back to sitting. Sitting at the front of your chair, so your feet are firmly planted. Good connection between the soles of your feet and the floor. Sitting tall. Now inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, right hand comes to the seat of the chair. The left hand reaches over. Now keep your gaze straight ahead for now. And just notice in your peripheral vision where your left shoulder is, left upper arm is. So pull it back. You want to feel like you're square to the front rather than falling to the right. Now instead of left hand reaching over to the right, think of your left fingertips reaching up to the corner. That's it. Use your right arm, right hand for strength and length in the upper body. Feet solid. Even push your feet into the floor a little bit more so you can reach a little farther with your left hand, left arm. Now bring the gaze up. Look where your left hand, left fingertips are pointing. Feel the body opening more. Breathe deeply. Reach higher. Now take a breath. And as you exhale, swing your left arm down to the seat of the chair. Pausing here. Left hand grabbing hold of the seat of the chair. Feel the right hand let go because you're ready to get cracking. I know you are. So here we go. Feet solid. Inhale, sweep. Well, a right arm up this time. And as you exhale, lean slightly over to the left. And even if you bend your left elbow, maintain as much length as you can in your left arm. Eyes are straight ahead for now. Let's set the foundation here. So feet pushing into the floor, hips heavy. Legs doing some work here. Don't let the upper body do all the work. Distribute it. Now reach right hand up to the corner, pulling right shoulder out of your peripheral vision as much as possible. Still able to see it out of the corner of your eye, but not looking directly at it. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift the eyes. Look to see where your right hand is pointing. Breathe deeply. Reach higher. Soles of the feet pressing into the floor. You can feel your whole body working, not just the right side reaching. You feel the support of the body so that you can reach higher. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, swing back to center. Bringing your hands forward, just relax the shoulders. Sitting tall, feeling your heart directly over the core of the pelvis. Feeling your shoulders directly over top of your hips. So you can feel the weight in your hips sinking into the chair. Soles of the feet firmly planted on the mat. Now inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms turned inward, thumbs turned outward. Now bring your arms a little wider, pointing corner to corner. Our seated version of star pose. Now bring the gaze upwards, looking up to the ceiling in front of you, putting a little bit of space between your chin and your chest. Ears still over top of your shoulders, so not cranking your neck so much that the back of your head, base of your skull is falling backwards. Now keep that. Find something to hold your gaze. Now inhale, reach. And as you exhale, keep the reach and just slowly let the hands float down. Keep the thumbs pointing back, pinkies pointing forward. Feel the deep stretch, opening you wide up from the center of the collarbones, from the heart, all the way out to your fingertips. Soles of the feet properly engaged. You can feel them resting on the floor, but not gripping the floor terribly. Legs heavy. You can feel the hips pushing into the seat of the chair. Now inhale, take a breath into your heart. And as you exhale, just reach out. Feel yourself open wider with every breath. One more, just because it feels so good. Now keep the width through the collarbones, the shoulders. Float the arms up with the breath in. Feel the length now in the sides of the body, from the armpit to the hips. And then exhale, floating the hands down, hands in front of the heart, gaze straight ahead. Relax the shoulders. Feel the palms of the hands just gently connecting. Then release the hands. Sit all the way back. Feet supported by the floor. Backs of the thighs, the hips supported by the seat of the chair. Shoulders supported by the back of the chair. Hands resting heavily on your thighs. Close your eyes. And return to where we started. Centered. mind focused with the body, noticing how the body feels, any sensations, messages. Breathing deeply. Use these final few breaths in today's practice to reflect on what you did today. Reflect on how your body has responded and how it feels right now in this moment after your vigorous yoga practice. And then soften. Soften around the eyes. Soften your jaw. Release any bit of tension that's in the throat so the breath can flow freely. Release the shoulders. Let your arms and hands feel heavy. Release the lower back, the back of the rib cage, and sink into the support of the seat of the chair. Feel the front of the thighs beginning to melt away from the bones. The calves let go. The soles of the feet feel heavier. Just feel how steady you are, how stable you are in this moment. Feel how easily you can let go. And just release your hands, bringing your arms to your sides. As you inhale, sweep the arms out and up, and then at the same time, pull your shoulders away from the back of the chair. You can keep your eyes closed as you just bring your gaze upwards, but eyes still closed, palms together. Hands floating down, resting right in front of heart center. Sitting tall, feeling the strength and stability through the soles of the feet to the crown of your head. Take a moment to be grateful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be loved. May all beings be at peace. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.